Hey everyone! Welcome to Update X24H, your go-to channel for the latest news, hottest dramas, breaking stories, and all the buzz from the world of entertainment. We're here to keep you updated, entertained, and always in the loop. Hit that subscribe button and join our growing family, because here at Update X24H, we bring you the news that matters, the drama you love, and the stories you can't miss. Thanks for being part of our community. Let's stay connected, stay updated, and keep the good vibes rolling. She called him husband. Flesh face. Yes, you heard that right. Zhao Lusi may have just said the one word that fans around the world have been dying to hear. And the internet? It exploded. This is Up to X24H, where drama meets truth, and today, we're diving into what might just be the most emotional, subtle, and shocking celebrity moment of the year. Don't blink. This could change everything. It was supposed to be a light-hearted moment, a simple interaction between Zhao Lusi and her fans. Smiling, playful, and effortlessly charming, she was answering questions during a live stream that, at first glance, felt no different from the many that had come before. But then, someone asked a question that carried unexpected weight. If you could call someone your husband, who would it be? She laughed softly and instinctively covered her mouth, the way someone does when they know they're about to say more than they should. Her head tilted slightly, a flicker of hesitation passed across her eyes, and then she spoke. You all already know who I'd call husband. No name, no direct admission. But somehow that made it all the more powerful. For her fans, it wasn't just an answer. It was a confession wrapped in silence. A delicate moment where words danced on the edge of truth, and emotion poured through what wasn't said. The reaction online was immediate and overwhelming. Viewers didn't just hear a name left unspoken. They felt the history behind it. Years of rumors, speculations, on-screen chemistry, subtle social media hints, and the quiet closeness shared between Zhao Lusi and Wu Lei. What made this moment unforgettable wasn't the word itself, but the tenderness with which it was spoken, the warmth in her voice, the almost involuntary smile that followed. It wasn't performance, it felt real. And in that softness, in that vulnerable slip of a word, fans found something rare. A truth that didn't need to be shouted to be understood. What happened during Zhao Lusi's live stream wasn't just an isolated moment. It was the latest in a quiet yet unmistakable series of subtle signs that, when viewed together, form something more meaningful. Something that feels like a pattern rather than coincidence. For years now, fans have noticed how Zhao Lusi and Wu Lei's lives seem to intersect in ways that extend beyond the professional or scripted. From identical accessories that are never sold publicly, to photos taken at the same secluded locations just days apart, the connections between them have become harder to ignore. Even the smallest details like matching phone cases or the same style of hoodie have sparked intense speculation, not because of the items themselves, but because of the timing and the emotional energy that surrounds them. There are moments when both disappear from social media at the same time, only to return days later with quiet smiles and refreshed expressions. There are posts that carry similar moods, captions that mirror one another, and reactions that feel too emotionally aligned to be mere chance. What fans are responding to is not just the visual evidence, but the emotional consistency that ties it all together. It feels intimate, carefully guarded, and deeply human. These aren't publicity stunts or manufactured narratives. They're glimpses into something private, something that resonates because it feels honest. And when you look closely, the picture that emerges is not of two celebrities playing to a crowd, but of two people moving through the world side by side, in their own rhythm, quietly writing a story only they fully understand. When Zhao Lusi and Wu Lei starred together in Love Like the Galaxy, audiences around the world were swept away by their on-screen chemistry. But for many, the magic didn't end with the final scene. What lingered wasn't just the story the drama told. It was the quiet, unspoken connection that seemed to pulse between them when the cameras stopped rolling. Behind the scenes, in candid moments shared online or captured by observant fans, something different emerged. Wu Lei's glances toward Zhao Lusi when she wasn't looking. Her laughter, unforced and genuine, whenever he teased her between takes. The subtle way their energy shifted when they were near each other. It all felt unscripted, unrehearsed, real. There is a tenderness in their interactions that words often fail to describe. A kind of familiarity that doesn't happen overnight. It's in the way he brushed her hair off her face without thinking, or how she seemed to search for his reaction during interviews, as if his presence grounded her. These moments, scattered across interviews, variety show clips, and behind-the-scenes footage, may appear small in isolation. But together, they draw a portrait of two people whose bond extends far beyond the characters they once played. In an industry often shaped by image and illusion, it is rare to see something that feels so quietly sincere. And perhaps that's what makes it so captivating. Not every connection needs to be defined to be felt. And what Zhao Lusi and Wu Lei share, whatever name it eventually takes, has already touched countless hearts. Because beyond the scripts, beyond the roles and rehearsed lines, there seems to be a story still unfolding. A story that belongs only to them, and yet somehow we all feel a part of it. What if what we're witnessing isn't just admiration, friendship, or fleeting connection but love? Not the kind played out for attention or fame, but a quieter, steadier kind. One that grows beneath the surface, unnoticed by most, yet deeply felt by those who choose to look closer. Between Zhao Lusi and Wu Lei, there's always been a rhythm, subtle but undeniable. A thread that connects their glances, the timing of their posts, the gentle gestures exchanged in passing. It's in the unspoken understanding, in the way they seem to move through the same emotional weather even when miles apart. Love, in its most authentic form, doesn't need grand declarations. Sometimes it reveals itself through patience, through small shared silences, through mirrored joy. Maybe what draws so many people to Zhao Lusi and Wu Lei isn't simply the idea of them as a couple, but the feeling they radiate when they're together. That rare, grounding presence that whispers of something real, something tender, something still unfolding. In a world where relationships are often curated and consumed like content, theirs feels different, unrushed, intentional. Perhaps they're protecting something precious, keeping it close rather than putting it on display. And maybe that's what makes it so powerful. It invites us to believe in a kind of love that doesn't perform for the spotlight, but survives in quiet corners. A love built not on spectacle but sincerity. So what if this is love? A love that chose stillness over spectacle. A love growing gently, far from the noise. If it is, then maybe we're not just spectators, we're witnesses to something rare. And in that witnessing, we're reminded of the kind of love we all hope to find. One that's real, one that's true, and one that doesn't need to be shouted to be understood. With every new whisper, the story of Zhao Lusi and Wu Lei continues to evolve, an unfolding narrative that refuses to fade. The recent rumors may be unconfirmed, yet they stir something undeniable in the hearts of fans. Hope, not the kind built on empty speculation, but a quieter, more intimate hope that perhaps, behind the veil of privacy, something beautiful is quietly blooming. Every image, every cryptic caption, every subtle detail sparks renewed curiosity. A mug in the background of a photo, a matching accessory worn months apart, or even the timing of their online silences. None of it offers certainty, yet all of it adds to a growing sense of something shared, something too consistent to ignore. And while some may dismiss it as coincidence, others see a pattern. Not a pattern of publicity, but of two souls moving in tandem, gently aligned even when the world isn't watching. Rumors, in most cases, fade with time, but when they are built on years of subtle signals, on moments that feel deeply human, they take root. They become more than idle talk. They become reflections of a love story people want to believe in. Because in Zhao Lusi and Wu Lei, fans don't just see celebrities. They see two people who may have found something rare. Love that doesn't need to be loud to be real. Hope, after all, is a quiet thing. It lingers in the silence between posts, in the softness of a shared glance, in the echoes of words almost spoken. And as new rumors surface, they do more than stir excitement. They remind us that love, even in the most private corners, still matters. And maybe, just maybe, these whispers are the beginnings of a truth waiting to be told. Not in press releases, but in the gentle language of real connection. Some moments pass quietly, others echo. Zhao Lusi's soft, almost playful reference to husband may seem like a fleeting interaction to the casual observer, but to those who have followed her journey with Wu Lei, it struck a deeper chord. It wasn't just what she said, it was the timing, the tone, the unguarded warmth in her smile, as if for a split second, the curtain between public image and private truth was gently lifted. That moment didn't just spark speculation, it stirred something tender, something timeless. In the fast-moving world of fame and fleeting headlines, genuine emotion often gets lost. But this was something else. It reminded fans why they believed in the first place. Not because they were told to, but because of what they've seen unfold over years, small meaningful signs of a connection that felt real. And in that one word, husband, Zhao Lusi didn't simply feed curiosity. She acknowledged the bond her fans have witnessed and cherished quietly alongside her. This moment matters because it speaks to something rare in today's digital noise: authenticity. Whether or not it was a confession, it was a heartbeat. A pause in the carefully managed world of celebrity, where something honest slipped through. And in that softness there was power. A reminder that love doesn't always announce itself in headlines. Sometimes it lives in glances, silences, shared memories, and one unexpected word. For fans around the world, from the US to Korea, France to Indonesia, this was more than a clip. It was recognition of a feeling long suspected, of a story still being written, and perhaps most of all, of the hope that behind the camera lights and public appearances, a quiet love is being protected, nurtured, and finally beginning to speak in its own gentle language. If this story touched you, if your heart skipped even for a second, then you're one of us, the believers. Glowing star, subscribe to UpdateX 24H now, where we bring you the stories that others only whisper. Bell, turn on the bell, because we've got more exclusive updates, insider clues, and love stories still unfolding. Speech balloon, drop your theories in the comments. Were they and soul together? What's coming next? Thank you for watching, thank you for feeling, and remember, sometimes love doesn't need to shout. Sometimes one word is enough. See you in the next video, only here on UpdateX 24H. Sparkling Heart.